I have a tape here that the last time you were here, we found these tapes, and they were of the interview with Peter Robinson, with my dad, talking about his photos. And we found these tapes, and you've taken them back to Ottawa, and I understand that you have an actual audio of what's on these tapes, and we would just love to hear it.
It'd be amazing.
I haven't heard my dad's voice since 1998.
Good morning. This is a recording being made at the Public Archives of Canada in Ottawa, Ontario, on the 23rd of August, 1972. My name's Peter Robertson, and I'm talking with Mr. Harry Price, who was the senior photographer of No. 6 Bomber Group, RCAF, during the Second World War. Well, to start off, Harry, could you talk just a little bit about where you grew up and went to school, that sort of thing?
Well, I was born in 1918 at last year, the First Great War, and born in a place called York Township, which is currently called York Borough, one of the boroughs of metropolitan Toronto. And I went to school in York Township at Dennis Avenue School, and then after grade 8 there, I went to York Memorial Collegiate. But however, I grew up in York Township, and I suppose from a military standpoint, my first recollection was the local branch of the Royal Canadian Legion that got started as I was growing up there, and actually did a great deal for us young fellows, because I was Boy Scout, and they assisted the Boy Scouts in some different endeavors, and I think this was possibly my first exposure to military men, because my mother being a widow, I didn't have this experience in the house. And later date, because of plain economics, I got started at an early age in caddying at a golf course, and from there to my exposure at the golf course, I was able to, and caddying for a senior executive of the Canadian Kodak, I was able to get a job at Canadian Kodak, which was my beginning in was photography.
Well, let's see. Then you joined the Air Force. Can you talk about that? You joined up in Toronto?
Yes. I joined up in Toronto, and went to. I joined up on Bay Street, I think it was. Yeah, on Bay Street, and went to Manning Depot and the Coliseum, the exhibition grounds at the Canadian National Exhibition Grounds in Toronto, and I suppose this has been discussed a good many times, but I was assigned a place in the cattle pens to sleep in, and then after basic training, learning how to wear the uniform and get me in shape, I moved from that area up into where they used to have the chickens.
Moving up a little.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Oh, that's a whole
big
whole belly laugh there.
Yeah.
Oh,
And who would have known at that point that the woman he married was an artist who had her paintings hung in the one of the buildings during the exhibition one year as a display, and her father helped build the lions in front of the entire Ontario government building,
The big cement ones.
the big cement ones. And so the history is there, and for you to bring this all together for us, you know, it's wonderful.
That's a blessing, is
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah,
I'm not
it
gonna,
is.
not to be greedy or whatever,
No.
but that is a blessing, because
No.
I know there's people out there that would love to hear
Hear the-
one word from a past loved one.
Yeah.
So we're very blessed and very honored that you were able
Oh,
to
It's amazing.
give us this. So thank you so much
Yeah.
for that. To put a voice to the picture, because I have a picture of him, obviously, and it's always been on the shelf in my house, and that's Poppa Price, and
Yeah.
we talk about Poppa Price. Oh, I talk about
Yeah.
Poppa Price stories
Yeah.
all the time. So it'll be I think it'll be really cool for both my kids to hear that and have that part of them as well.
Yeah.
The voice, to be able to put to a face, to be able to put to a picture.
Yeah.
I think it's such an amazing treat, and thank you very much.
Thank
That
you.
is,
Yeah. To bring us-
it's funny, the more I listen to it, the more his voice is so familiar. Like it's like it's like a blanket out of the dryer. It just my heart is so overflowing right now. I'm telling you this right now.
Yeah.
I couldn't thank you enough.
Thank you so much. It's just
Thank you for doing your part,
Unbelievable.
and thank you for having the passion that you have
yeah,
to tell these stories,
yeah, and to
to
come
bring light to, let's be honest, what I've had in a box for the last 30 years.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pictures in the collection that I'm sure there's, family members out there that would love to see a young uncle so-and-so or a young grandfather or a young,
yeah, or a picture of somebody that didn't come home
or maybe their grandmother,
or their grandmother.
right?
You know,
It could be anybody.
it's important to us, but
Yeah.
you certainly have filled my heart today and forever. And thank you so much for coming down from Ottawa and all the time that you take in helping us to preserve what is in our hearts. I just thank you so much.
You're very welcome.